everybody, thank you so much for visiting Shawna Talks. This is where I speak about my dating advice and tips from my perspective. I want to say thank you all for being here. I am so excited for the positive response, and I want to say super thanks to everybody who's been sending me questions because you guys are giving me inspiration to move forward. So basically, I've been asked a lot of questions about first dates, and I'll be staying on this topic for a while and then breaking it into subtopics. Like today, we're going to talk about how to calm first date nerves. So if you feel like you're getting nervous on first dates and you just panic and you don't know what to do, or maybe you just get nervous beforehand, or maybe you're nervous after, please stay tuned, and I'm going to give you 3 amazing tips of how you can calm your nerves during, before, and after a first date. So this question was sent to me by one of my top Instagram followers, and the question was, how do I get over my first date nerves? So basically this happens for a variety of reasons. It could be that we have a fear of rejection. It could be that we have problems communicating or carrying on a conversation, or it could just mean that we really like somebody. And even if we really like somebody, after the first date, you're still probably going to be nervous. It doesn't just go away. I think I've seen my crush like 4 or 5 times now, and I still can't talk right. I don't think I've talked normally since I've met him. I feel like until I stop being nervous that he's not really going to get to know who I am. So it's something that I'm working on, and that is why this video is really helping me. Even today, I accidentally elbowed him in the face. I am so sorry. So sorry about that. But yeah, that happened. So it happens, and I'm a pretty confident person, and even I am extremely nervous. And I know that this is something that like a lot of people are struggling with from both genders. So how do we calm those nerves? I have 3 little tips that I think everybody can use. They're pretty universal, so let's get to it. My first date tip is to be done before you leave the house, before you get ready, while you're getting ready, anytime before you leave your house. When you're in mental preparation mode for your first date, you need to do something you love, whether that is playing music, whether that's dancing, reading a self-love book, drawing, running, anything that you love to do, what makes you happy, do it before your date. Because this positive energy and love you have for yourself and love for your hobbies, that's going to be contagious, and your date will feel that. They will know, hey, this person has hobbies and they make them really happy. Now, it's very important that you do not erase all of the positive self-love that you've done by rushing to your date and being late. If you get stuck in traffic and you're stressed out about it, then you're going to erase all positive self-love that you did. So make sure that you also leave early enough, 10-15 minutes early, so that you're not rushing and stressing yourself out after you already put yourself in a good mood. My second first date tip is to stick to first date conversation topics, but also dive a little bit deeper, like get underneath the surface with your questions. Instead of asking, what is your job? What do you do? Which is just a totally boring question. You also have to ask, what are your career goals? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? The answer to this is very important, because if goals are very important to you, then it's very important for you to know if that person's just living day to day and just waiting to get lucky or something and win the lottery. That's very important for you to know. You can also ask, where do you plan on traveling to on your bucket list? What is at the top of your bucket list? Instead of just asking, where have you traveled to? This will also give you ideas on where to take your partner if you get into a relationship, for a future present, for a birthday, Christmas, just a getaway. It's all very important information rather than just someone answering questions. It's very important that you do not interrogate your date, because the goal is basically to keep them thinking and to learn more about them and to learn more about their communication style. Because if they're not communicating with you properly on the first date, then it's definitely something to take into consideration. You can also ask, instead of, hey, how many siblings do you have? You can ask, does your family live nearby? Do you guys get together often? Are you guys very close? And get them talking about their family. That's very important. I know for me, I love when my dates ask me about my family because it makes me feel like they care more. Now, when somebody has family close and they have no family relationships, no valid reasoning, they just cut their family off and don't speak to them, that could be a warning sign for commitment issues. So be sure that you ask about family, because their family relationships, I think, have a lot to do with how they will handle a dating relationship. If they have family issues, they might carry those family issues into a dating relationship with you. So please be careful and do not interrogate. Make sure they feel comfortable. The goal is to just get them to open up to you so that they feel more comfortable speaking to you and sharing more intimate details than just a biography. My third and final dating tip for first dates is to be positive. This goes for before, during, and after your first date. If you're negative before your first date, then you are risking getting canceled on or stood up, and you definitely don't want either of them. While you're on your date, make sure that you treat your waiters and bartenders and every single staff person you meet, treat that person with respect. If your date is treating others badly, then it's probably only a matter of time before they turn around and are rude to you. I'm not against talking about exes on first dates. I always bring up the topic of exes because there's two pieces of information that I want to find out. However, this has to be done properly. It has to be asked in the correct manner and not in an interrogating style. The two bits of information that I want to find out is, when did the breakup happen? Did it happen 2 weeks ago, or did it happen 6 months or more ago? I also want to find out, what did my date not like about that relationship? That way I can gauge quickly if I might or might not be a good fit. For example, I do not like to spend weekends alone. So if I'm dating somebody, I expect to be with that person on the weekends. I like to do our thing during the week, but if I'm dating somebody seriously, I feel like I should be with that person on the weekends. If this is something that went wrong in my dates relationships in the past, then I could see how that would be a good fit or not a good fit for me, depending on what their perspective on that was. Therefore, I'm not necessarily against talking about exes. Just keep it positive and just keep it very short and sweet, just to get the information that you need to know. Always keep things positive though. If it's pouring down rain, don't come into your date complaining. Make a light joke about it, but do not complain. I hope you enjoyed my 3 tips to calm your first date nerves. If you have any comments or any more suggestions, please post a comment and make sure you give my Instagram a like at Shawna Talks. If you have any questions, especially about first dates, since that will be our topic for a couple weeks, go to the Ask Me circle in my Instagram bio and you should be able to ask me a question there. I'm so thankful for everyone's positive response. I never imagined to get so many questions. I've received hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of questions, and I am just so blown away. I am so happy to finally be talking about this topic, and I'm so happy you guys are here. Thanks for everything, guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.